The imperial edict grants me rights that far surpass an ordinary minister. His Majesty believes in me, and trusts that I won't abuse the imperial sword's power. He even bestowed me an imperial edict to help me out. I feel much more confident now. My lord, what is written in the imperial edict? Affection. That night, Suyen burnt through the midnight oil to write a long letter to Emperor Jinglong, alongside the company of his bodyguard. And on that same night, Gao Shuo slipped a note into a wax cylinder, tying it around the leg of a homing pigeon. 3 days later, the pigeon will descend onto the northern capital. Meanwhile, the followers of the horse bandits sneaked into the city of Yan'an and stole the 7 decapitated heads that were hung on the city gate. Later, they rushed through the night to get to Yingzui to report the deaths of their comrades. The embroidered uniform police Qian Shenqi's prison sentence has expired and has been released. Suyen, care to explain to us why you were so late? We agreed to meet at No Tau Omicron discuss on our matters. Perhaps it is his first time here, so he might have lost his way. Thank you, Lord Prefect, for your utmost understanding. I greatly appreciate it. Now that we're all here, I shall not beat around the bush. I would like to draw a clear line, Censor Suyen, from now on, you shall not interfere with any of my work relating to the capturing of bandits. It is fully within my scope, and I shall exercise full authority to make decisions on those matters. Zhou Zhidao, Yan'an City Prefect. As for your horses, do what you like. I could care less for how you tend to your horses and whatnot. Lord Prefect, what do you think of Censor Lu's proposal? How rude! He treats me like I'm some sort of government-specialized horse breeder. Well, Censor Suyen, he did bring up some reasonable points. 3 votes, and 2 affirm to it. No matter what I say, it's useless. However, there aren't just 3 of us here. I simply wanted to hear your thoughts and opinions before I do so myself. There's another? Nonsense. Behold the imperial edict. May the 2 of you heed yourself before the edict. I, Zhou, shall heed the imperial edict. I, Lu Angao, shall heed the imperial edict. I can't believe it. How is it possible that such a young official is entrusted with an imperial edict? You are hereby ordered to travel and supervise the Taipu and Yuanjian temples, exercising your powers as a horse administrator. Aside from horse administration, you are additionally tasked with general administration, the commanding of military troops, the security of the city, commerce, and other related administrative tasks. In the event of situations outside of your powers, decisions made shall be under your discretion. Governors, inspectors, and other related government offices shall not interfere with your duties. The entirety of Shaanxi, except for officials ranking above the 3rd Division, is under your command, and they shall be subject to your orders. If that's the case, why become a censor? You might as well become the Emperor of Shaanxi. That's where you're wrong, Censor Lu. I'm just here to tidy up the garden, to perhaps sweep away at the dead leaves, and to trim away excess branches. Once the garden is tidied up, I shall return to the capital to resume my normal duties. Lord Prefect Zhou, I'm sure you wouldn't mind me raking away the hard soil of the city of Yan'an, apply some fertilizer, and catch some pesky insects, would you? Never! I do not mind. Now, it's time for me to express my thoughts and opinions. Lu Angeo, first, you have forsaken and toyed with the lives of the people. Second, you have decided to forego reasonable thought processes when applying the law, and thus, are unnecessarily cruel in your judgment. Third, you choose to remain stubborn, ignoring the advice of those around you. You are utterly unworthy of becoming an official. With powers granted to me by the Emperor, I am stripping away your duties of capturing bandits and your position as the Metropolitan Censor. You shall be escorted back to the capital, and you will answer to your actions in front of the crown. Lord Prefect, please order your men to escort Lu Angeo back to the capital. Yes, absolutely. I am an official of the Imperial Court. You and I are both answered to the Metropolitan's Procuratorate. You have no right to strip me of my duties. He speaks lies and deceit. That imperial edict must be forged. I have been an official for 11 years, and I have never seen such a biased and partial edict issued by the Emperor. How stubborn. I'm afraid the only thing waiting for him at the capital is death itself. Censor Su, it is all up to you now. I'm afraid the Lord Prefect can only be used for work. He doesn't have the powers to make necessary decisions. First, we must abolish the traditional military establishment of extending punishments to other innocent parties. The government has issued an order to appease the masses and to direct them to return to the fields. Moreover, tax exemptions will be provided for the current year. All refugees and bandits who have lost and fled from their land may turn themselves in and be exempt from punishment. The necessary numbers will be measured, and they will be provided an adequate amount of land. What about the bandits who refuse to turn themselves in? Still, we must capture them. We must try to weaken their numbers by locating the remaining bandits who are willing to work. Next, we must abolish the Horsekeeping Regulation Act to ease the burdens of the people. I have no powers to do so. I must obtain confirmation from Governor Wei. That must be the same governor who issued orders to tear down most of Taipu and Yuanjian's temples Wei Tangyuan. I will deal with Governor Wei at a later date, but not now. I heard that the heads that were hung by the city gate vanished overnight. With how cruel and inhumane Lu Angeo was, I'm afraid that the bandits will not give up. Listen, you must prevent their comrades from infiltrating into prison. Tighten security by the city gates and prisons, deploy sufficient manpower, and order them to be more vigilant. Understood. I trust you won't forget what I said, Lord Prefect? Never.